There's a particular kind of earthquake that happens only once in a lifetime, not beneath your feet, but inside your chest. It's the moment your eyes lock with that person across a crowded room, and suddenly the universe hits pause. Your breath catches, your skin hums. Some ancient knowing part of you stirs awake and whispers, "Oh, it's you." This isn't love at first sight. This is recognition at first sight, a déjà vu so visceral it rattles your bones. Twin flames don't just walk into your life, they unsettle it, like a librarian finding you in the stacks and wordlessly handing you the exact book your soul has been trying to write for lifetimes. At first, it's exhilarating. Finally, someone who gets you without explanation. Then comes the horrifying realization. They don't just see your light. They see through your carefully constructed shadows. And that's when the panic sets in. You'd think running from love this profound would feel like cowardice. But in the moment, it feels like survival, like grabbing a fire extinguisher when standing too close to the sun. The irony? That scorching heat isn't destroying you. It's burning away everything that wasn't you. Most spiritual teachings get it backwards. The runner isn't rejecting love. They're confronting their inability to receive it, a distinction so crucial it changes everything. What if I told you this rupture isn't a punishment, but the universe's most unconventional love letter? That every sleepless night spent analyzing their last text is actually soul alchemy in motion? That the chaser isn't chasing a person, but the version of themselves this connection revealed? This is where the real magic happens. In the liminal space between "I can't live without you" and "I must learn to live within myself." You ever meet someone who feels like home? Not the cozy Sunday morning kind, but the kind that shakes the foundation of everything you thought you knew. That's a twin flame. And if you're the one running, let me tell you, it's not because you don't love them. It's because you do, and that's the problem. Runners don't leave because they're heartless. They leave because they feel too much. It's like being handed the keys to a sports car when all you've ever driven was a bicycle with training wheels. The speed, exhilarating. The control, non-existent. So what do? You slam the brakes. You convince yourself you hate driving. You tell everyone, including your twin, that you never wanted a car anyway. But here's the cosmic joke. The moment you walk away, the engine keeps humming in your bones. You can ignore it, drown it out with distractions, new relationships, workaholism, spiritual bypassing, the creative ways we avoid ourselves. But that vibration, it doesn't stop. It's the universe's way of whispering, "Nice try, but you can't outrun what's already inside you." Ever seen a cat chase its own tail? That's the runner's dilemma. They think rejecting their twin is self-preservation, but what they're really rejecting is themselves. Twin flames mirror each other, so when you run from them, you're sprinting from your own shadow. And let's be real, no one's faster than their own soul. You ever notice how runners often describe a weird emptiness after leaving? Like they lost something they can't name. That's because they did. They abandoned the one person who truly saw them, not the curated, Instagram-filtered version, but the raw, unfiltered them. And now, they're stuck in this limbo where every other connection feels like small talk compared to the symphony they walked away from. Running is part of the journey. The universe isn't punishing you, it's upgrading you. Think of it like spiritual boot camp. You didn't sign up for it, but here you are, doing emotional push-ups, until you finally admit, okay, fine, maybe love isn't the enemy. And when you finally stop, that's when the real magic happens. The fear doesn't vanish, it just loses its power. Because love isn't about not being scared. It's about choosing each other anyway. So if you're the runner reading this, here's your permission slip. It's okay to be terrified, but ask yourself, what's scarier? Facing the love that changes you, or spending your life running from it? You ever do something you know is going to hurt someone, and even as you're doing it, a voice in your head is screaming, "Stop, this isn't you." But your feet keep moving anyway? That's the runner's guilt. It's not the sharp, clean pain of a breakup. It's the slow, gnawing kind, the one that settles in your bones like damp cold and makes a home there. Imagine holding a bird in your hands, one that trusts you completely, one that sings only for you. And then without warning, you let it go. Not because you want to, but because some deep, terrified part of you whispers, you don't deserve this kind of love. And the moment it flies away, that's when the real punishment begins. Because now, everywhere you look, you see feathers. Here's the thing about guilt. It's a shapeshifter. First, it masquerades as logic. This is for the best. They'll be better off without me. I'm protecting them, really? The classic martyr complex. Nothing quite like serving up heartbreak with a side of self-righteousness. But then, when that doesn't quiet the ache, guilt morphs into projection. Suddenly, they're the ones who were too intense, too demanding, not understanding enough. Funny how that works, isn't it? The mind will rewrite entire histories just to avoid one simple truth. You hurt someone you love, and you can't take it back. Guilt isn't just an emotion, it's a teacher, and the lesson, you can't outrun your own conscience. The universe has this hilarious way of holding up a mirror until you finally see what you've done. Maybe it's dreams where your twin appears, silent and sorrowful. Maybe it's songs that play at the exact moment you're trying not to think of them. Or maybe it's the way every new relationship feels hollow, like you're trying to replace a symphony with a kazoo solo. And here's the kicker. The guilt doesn't fade until you face it. Not with excuses, not with distractions, but with raw, uncomfortable honesty. You have to sit with it. Let it scald you. Let it remake you. Because guilt, when you really listen to it, isn't just saying you messed up. It's saying you're capable of more. Guilt is sacred. It means you still have a soul. It means you care. The people who walk away without a second glance, they're not the ones who change. You are. Because guilt, when you stop fighting it, becomes the very thing that leads you back. To them, yes, but more importantly, to yourself. So if you're sitting there, drowning in, I should've, I could've, I didn't, here's your lifeline. Guilt is not a life sentence. It's a starting point. You don't have to stay stuck in regret, but you do have to feel it before you can move through it. And that love you think you ruined, it's still yours if you're brave enough to reach for it again. And hey, if the universe gave up on every runner who messed up, there'd be no twin flame stories at all. So take a breath Your story isn't over yet. You know that feeling when you finally quit a job you hated, the rush of euphoria, the giddy sense of possibility. That's how running feels, at first. For a glorious, sun-drenched moment, you're free. The weight is gone. The air is lighter. You can breathe again, and then, oh then, it hits you. That first night in your new apartment, when the silence is too loud. That first weekend with no plans, when the hours stretch like taffy. That first time you hear their song in a coffee shop, and your heart lurches like it's been yanked by an invisible string. Here's the cosmic joke. You can leave the person, but you can't leave the connection. It's like trying to run away from your own shadow at high noon. The faster you sprint, the more it clings. You tell yourself you're moving on. You date new people who are lovely, really, but whose touch doesn't make your skin hum. You throw yourself into work, but the promotions feel hollow. You even move cities, only to find their favorite flowers growing outside your new apartment. The universe has a wicked sense of humor, doesn't it? They're in your dreams first. Vivid, technicolor dreams, where they say nothing, just look at you with those eyes that see straight into your soul. Then they're in your mornings, their memory curling around your first conscious thought like smoke. Soon, they're everywhere, in the turn of a stranger's laugh, in the way the light hits a building just so, in the book that falls off the shelf at the exact page with their underlined passage. You're not being haunted by them, you're being haunted by yourself, by the part of you that recognized home in their gaze and is now screaming, "What have you done?" This ache, this relentless, gnawing, can't sleep, can't eat, can't breathe, longing. It's love, not the Hallmark card kind, but the raw, feral, all-consuming kind. The kind that strips you bare and forces you to confront your own bullshit. You thought you were running away from something, didn't you? That's the delicious irony. The moment you slam the door on your twin flame, the universe kicks down all your walls. What feels like abandonment is actually initiation. What looks like rejection is really a sacred detour straight into your own awakening. At first, the awakening feels less like enlightenment and more like a cosmic flu. You're feverish with revelations, nauseous with self-awareness, aching in spiritual muscles you forgot existed. Suddenly, you're crying at commercials, but not for the reasons you used to. Seeing your childhood trauma in 4K resolution, complete with director's commentary, having epiphanies in the cereal aisle that would make Freud sit up in his grave, and the wildest part. You start thanking the twin flame you swore you'd never forgive. Because their rejection didn't break you, it unmade you. And from that rubble, something truer is being built. Here's the alchemical secret. The pain of rejection isn't the enemy, it's the crucible. The longing isn't a weakness, it's your soul's GPS. And every night you spend wide awake, wondering if they feel this too. That's not torture. That's tending the sacred fire that will light your way home. Now the only question left is, will you keep fighting the transformation, or will you let this sacred rejection recreate you? P.S. Your twin flame's greatest gift wasn't their presence, beautiful soul. It was their absence, the exact void required for your becoming. You can change your name, your city, even your face, but try as you might, you can't change the way your soul recognizes theirs. That's the maddening, miraculous truth about twin flames. The connection exists in a dimension no amount of running can touch. It's like trying to divorce your own shadow. You can't ignore it, deny it, even pretend it's gone in dim lighting, but step into the sun and there it is, stubbornly attached. Think of your separation as spiritual physics. The harder you throw yourself away from this bond, the more force it gathers on its return arc. You date someone new. They mention your twin's favorite book. You move abroad. You bump into their doppelganger at a cafe. You swear you're over it, then wake up at 3 a.m. with their name burning your lips like a forgotten prayer. The universe isn't taunting you. It's recalibrating you. Every coincidence is a love letter from the cosmos. Nice try, but this story isn't finished. Science tells us entangled particles react instantly across infinite distances. Your connection? Same principle. When they cry in Tokyo, you get inexplicably sad in Toronto. When you finally forgive yourself, they text after months of silence. You call it psychic phenomena, but really, it's just what love looks like when it operates at the quantum level. This isn't fantasy, it's physics with a heartbeat. Here's secret you're ready to hear, that ache in your chest when you think of them. That's not just memory, it's magnetism, not just longing, navigation. Your souls are in constant conversation, and every step you take toward wholeness shortens the distance between you. So breathe, brave heart. This isn't the end. It's the intermission before the grandest act. And when you finally collide again, oh, you'll understand why every detour was divine. Let's be honest, you didn't sign up for this. No one hands you a manual when your soul first locks eyes with its counterpart and whispers, "Oh, it's you." They certainly don't warn you that love this deep would feel less like a fairy tale and more like spiritual boot camp, where every tear is a baptism and every heartache is a chisel carving you into something greater. But here's the sacred paradox they should have told you. The moment you think you've lost them is precisely when the real magic begins. Right now, as you read these words, there's an invisible choreography at play, one you can't yet see but are intimately part of. Like two trees growing toward the same sunlight, your roots are already entwined beneath the surface. Every insight you gain, every boundary you set, every layer of armor you shed, isn't just healing you, it's rebuilding the bridge between your worlds. And that text they haven't sent, that apology you're still waiting for, they're not late. They're being prepared just as you are in the kiln of transformation, where egos crack to reveal the gold beneath. They say time heals all wounds, but that's only half true. Time doesn't heal, it reveals. Reveals that what you thought was a goodbye was actually an invitation to meet yourself. That the emptiness you've been carrying isn't a void. It's a sacred vessel being hollowed out to hold more love than you ever imagined. So no, you haven't been waiting. You've been cultivating, like a gardener tending soil in winter, knowing spring doesn't ask permission to bloom. One morning, maybe tomorrow, maybe years from now, you'll wake with a quiet knowing like a dial tone finally connecting. No fireworks, no dramatics, just a deep, unshakable recognition. Ah, this is why. Maybe you'll find their favorite coffee cup at a thrift store, spot their birth date on a license plate, or hear a stranger hum your song. The signs will be so absurdly perfect. You'll laugh through your tears because the universe has always had a flair for the theatrical. This journey was never solely about two people finding each other. It's about the ripple effect of your healing touching everyone you meet, the way your courage gives others permission to hope, the way your transformed love rewrites familial patterns, ancestral wounds, even the collective heartbeat of humanity. So when doubt whispers, "What if it never happens?" Remember, you are not chasing a person. You are remembering a promise your souls made long before you took these bodies. And promises like that, they're written in stardust.